A very, very good evening. This is Arunava Chaudhuri, and you are live on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. It's another live watch along of an India international game. Today, it is about the international friendly between Tajikistan and India amongst the men's. Um, and looking forward to what can India do and what will happen. And therefore will be interesting to see um, yeah, what is coming up and what will Khalid Jamil's uh, men do. Let's quickly go through the India lineup. Interesting one, of course, certainly with Gopal Singh Sandhu in goal. Defense, Bijay Varghese, Sandesh Chingan and Paramveer. Nikhil Barla, Akash Mishra on the wings. We have Ricky Shabong, as well as most likely Farooq Chaudhary in the middle of the park, Mohammad Sanan and Vikram Pratap on the wings, and Rahim Ali up front, meaning that Ritik Tiwari, Albino Gomes, Rahul Beke, Roshan Naurem, Jeekson Singh, Nikhil Pujari, Lanin Zwala, Changte, Parthiv Gogoi, Louis Nixon McCarthan, Pian Nufal, and Edmund Lal Rin Dika find themselves on the bench for India. And Tajikistan win today, says Shoham, ready to break my heart again. Let's see, Shoham. Yeah, let's see what India, if what we can do. This is another one of those challenges for the Blue Tigers, and will be interesting as always to see how good can we cope with such an opponent. I would say, right? And so therefore, let's wait and see what we are able to do. And second, how do you rate Linda Coleman's phenomenal performance both at 21 in the future? Sanfida has done very well for herself, Animan, and with Linda, yeah, both of them are talented. Let's see what they're able to do in the long run. OCI player 20 has been shortlisted and as clubs told to sign those OCI players. Let's see players who were so keen to play for India will leave their high wages and come to ISL. From let's wait and see. That list is not new. That's a list that I gave the AIFF 3 years ago. I don't even know if that list is current, so they haven't done an update. Sandesh Jingan today, captain. So therefore, that way, let's wait and see what happens. And handball, yeah, let's see. Jordan, most likely that is going to be one of those things that we'll have to face tonight when India play Tajikistan in this. And let's quickly go through also the Tajikistan lineup. Yatimov once more in goal. Boev, Islomov, Karimov, and Karo Matulozoda. Panshabe, one of the goal scorers. Umarbayev, Nazarov, Yuraboyev, Jailov, as well as Rakimov in the starting lineup for Coach Gela Shekatse. So therefore, very interesting to see what happens in this game for both the teams. Tajikistan beating India um, uh, 3-1 the other night. Of course, Tajikistan also fielding some of the players that they would not regularly field. And that's an interesting one for them as well. So let's wait and see what happens today. Today, young players given a chance. Yes, Raj, and that's what I thought he, yeah, could, should, needed to do. And Khalid has taken that step, which I find good today. And let's see what this team can do. We've got kickoff, Tajikistan playing in a traditional red from left to right, India in blue. And will be interesting to see what the Indian team can do in this game against the Tajiks. Very interesting to see what they're able to play today. Tajikistan in their back line. Looks like they're also playing a back three. Long ball forward. Cleared by Sandesh. Ball with Bijoy. Sandesh. Ricky. Weird. Akash. Tajikistan directly on that right wing. India has to be careful. Ball into the danger area, cleared by Sandesh. Cross from Rakimov. Cleared for a first corner for the hosts in the second minute itself. 45k hours. Thanks a lot, Oyman. Yes, we're growing nicely. 4,479 is where we stand at this moment in time. Thank you, everyone. And Igor Angelovsky, the head coach of the Tajikistan national team. So thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed also our conversation yesterday with Kunal and with Johnson. Corner for Tajikistan. Jackie's Tajiks headed out by India. Bijoy. Maybe a chance for India to break. No. Tajikistan. Oh, there were 2 fouls in there. And the referee gives the second one. Khalid Jamil not happy. Free kick. Let's see. Yeah, but Paramveer in the first one plays the ball. The second one, Rahim Ali. Free kick. Tajikistan. In the still third minute. Jailov looks like he will take an indirect free kick. A little too far out. Jailov across, but well covered by the Indians. Sandesh Jingan with a little bit of pain. Gurpreet trying to organize his men. Good crowd support for the Tajiks at home. Long ball forward. Tajikistan. And that's a yellow card, I think, for Rahim Ali. Let's see that again. No, to me, not a yellow card. Sorry. Didn't hit the face. Hit the upper body, but Tajik defender did more than it was, in my opinion. Bought the card. Paramveer loses the ball. Yeah. Raj, he does. Tajikistan playing amongst themselves. To build from the back. And that has gone too far on the left throw in India. Islamov can't get to it. Nikhil Bala with the throw in. India lose the ball again. Tajikistan played it back to Yakimov. A very, very experienced goalkeeper. Plays in Russia. Tajikistan trying to build up. trying to get that game going. And it's not surely free kick again. No. Or is it given? Seems to be given. Let's see that again. Ball played forward. And Nikhil Bala. Hands. Let's see that again. Yeah. Can't use your hands like that, Nikhil Bala. Against Panchanbe. Free kick, Tajikistan. Too many easy fouls being committed by India. Tajikistan with a different kind of free kick ritual. And India concede a corner. India under a lot of pressure in the first 7 minutes. Corner to Tajikistan. Panchanbe still waiting. Tajikistan played short. Into the box. Headed out by an Indian player. Boev involved in that. And India under constant threat. Another corner into the danger area. Cleared by India. India unable to get out of their own half at the moment. Tajikistan complete control. India dropping deep. No gameplay at all from us. Ready. Tries to steal the ball, but back with the Tajiks. Who build up in that last line. Tursunzoda. Karimov. Shuraboev. Out to the wing. But Islamov won't get to it. Throw in India. Nikhil Barla. Another throw in for India on the right. Barla wants to play it forward. Loses the ball. Places into the Tajik feet. Rakimov. Karimov. Zhuraboev. Back to Karimov, who chips it forward for Rakimov, who keeps it in play. And India win the ball. Ricky Shabong. Bala, will he get to it? No. Throw in Tajikistan. India win the ball back. Bijoy, Sandesh, Akash Mishra chips it forward. But Kazimov has it. Zhuraboev. Karimov. Back to Zhuraboyev. And the Tajiks are in full control. Yep, seems to be at the moment Hannibal. But it's also, you know, somewhat of a weird combo that Khalid once again has chosen. To me, Paramveer is not a holding six. He's a out and out centre back or left back. So putting him into that position, Barla to be tested. And Rahim Ali has to fight his battles up front. And Tajikistan taking their time to build up from the back. Yeah, India need to find means and ways of how to play differently, because this at the moment is not good enough. Vikram Barla looking for an attacking option, headed out by the Tajiks. Who play nicely combined. Umar Bayev with the long ball forward. Oh, and that is Panshanbe over the goal. Goes down. Chip forward. Bijoy and Nikhil Barla beaten, but the attacking winger, Panshanbe, can't do something with it, luckily for India. Eson Panshanbe plays in Malaysia. Very experienced one with 69 international caps to his name. Throw in Tajikistan. Akash Mishra wins the ball. Rahim Ali, Akash, will he keep it in? I think that ball has gone out. Yeah. Throw in Tajikistan. Hi, Rushabh. Welcome back. Tajikistan with the ball in their own lines. Played forward. And it's a goal kick for India. Jalilov. But we're looking for Vikram at the other flank, headed out by the Tajiks. India at the moment, nearly 15 minutes played. They're passengers in this game. Win a free kick for once. Morbayev with the foul. A lot of Tajik football fans in the stadium. Farooq Chaudhuri to take the free kick. Waiting for some movements up front. Long ball forward. That's headed on goalwards. Bijoy Varghese. But no problem for Yatimov, who earns his money in Russia with Rostov-on-Don. Rustam Yatimov. 27-year-old experienced keeper. That was overcook. And India quickly on that flank. Looks like Vikram. And that surely will be a long throw in. And looks like we are playing by the old rules. Bijoy to take the long throw in. Into the danger area, headed out by Tajikistan. Oh, an Indian player. Paramveer. And Tajikistan clear their lines. No. India had the ball for a second. Tajikistan have it. India move backwards. Tajikistan played amongst themselves. Pub is playing in that Miles. Just carried over Khalid copying Mikel Arteta. He's not copying Mikel Arteta. He's just putting someone as a 6. Yeah. Nice that you bring up those comparisons, but better not to. Tajikistan played across. Karimov to Shura Boyev. Over on Yuraboev. Back with the number 8. Vikram slipping behind him. Nazarov. Ball out there for Chalilov. Goes out. Nazarov as captain today. Akhtam Nazarov. And if it's true, the 33-year-old today plays his 100th international for Tajikistan. India with the ball at the back. Tajikistan with the ball in their own half. Karimov plays it wide to the right. Gets it back. Do you really think that the thing in that much? Good question. Would drop a good result. Morally, yeah, maybe it is a good result, but my concern is the way we're playing today. We're just asking for the opponent to score, right? So, we're not. It depends on the quality of Tajikistan, really, if they can win or not. At the moment, we're passengers in this game, which I find very dangerous. Tajikistan played across and won't get to it. Islamov, number 3, the left back. We are not even winning the second ball much, yeah. Well, if you ask me what we're playing, how we're playing, I wouldn't be able to tell you something. Right? That's the sad part. What's the structure? What's the game idea, plan? I couldn't tell you. Paramveer blasts it high and wide. And one of the Tajik players plays it out. Throw in India. Islamov was that against Vikram. Tajikistan win it, lose it. Ricky, Nikhil chips it across to Sandesh. Akash Mishra. Sanan goes down, doesn't get the free kick. Long ball forward. And Bijoy uses his body against Jalilov. Alisher Jalilov, who plays at Istiklal. Experienced 32-year-old. Akash Mishra having a word. The referee thought that was a foul on Mohammad Sanan, which wasn't given. This is not ISL, boys. This is international football for you. Gurpreet to go long. Sanan, decent cross, but no problem for Yatimov. Find it funny how Ashish is taking ticket Khalid now, even though he was supporting his opponent, your stance has been same through the tenure to show how naive can be our football experts. Yeah. Rishabh, nothing much to add, sadly. Tajikistan with the long ball forward, no problem for India. Gurpreet to get it. Gurpreet. The ball, taking his time, 23 plus minutes in. Sorry. India once with the maybe chance. Sanan. And wins a free kick for once. It's a little trickery. Free kick India in a good position. Yeah, it was a foul. And it is again Farooq Chaudhuri to take the free kick. We're 24 minutes plus. And we remember Farooq Chaudhuri a few days ago scored India's only goal in that 3-1 defeat. Farooq Chaudhuri. Oh, mistake from the keeper and India's ahead. Goal for India. And it's Vikram Pratap. Big mistake from Yatimov. And Vikram Pratap is there to pounce on it. Decent free kick. Nothing extraordinary. Bounce and the keeper allows it. And Vikram, the fastest to react, alert. The Mumbai City FC attacker. Haram goal. It was nothing wrong with changing your. No, Sasha, you do that. This is the match to change things. And yeah, he did a few changes. Otherwise, let's go. And he's done his changes, and yeah, let's see. And suddenly, after having had limited to nothing of the ball, India head against Tajikistan. Yeah, ball goes out, throw in for India. Let's see if India now plays with a little bit more confidence. Or if Tajikistan going behind will up their pressure on India. Is Tajikistan up to that goal? Was in complete control, but that's football for you. Even though I'm not watching Indian national team games due to Khalid and Kalyan, I'm boycotting, but I'm happy for Azad News. Indian football probably did God's work with which Kalyan Chaudhuri should have done. Yeah. Boycott or not, bad things will happen regardless. Yeah, well, that's a good thing. This is full strength. 11 to include a lot of youngsters. Gaming Architect, they've made some changes to the starting 11 as well. And yeah, Rushabh and Aman. Yeah. This boycotting thing is the most, I say, most stupid thing to say at all because, yeah, what's the value of it? If XYZ, whoever, you or someone else boycotts something or not, we should always support our team. The free kick to India. Farooq Chaudhuri blocked by Tajikistan. Should be a corner for India. Or no, goal kick given. It's not. Oh, long ball forward, but that's going to be something for Gurpreet to collect. Yeah. No chance for Rakhimov to get to the ball. Why does it matter with full strength? You can only play and beat what's in front of you. True, Sasha, but yeah, but to me, still, it does matter. So your thoughts on OCI, PO, slot and ISI? I know we won't top OCIs, but still lower tier. Far better than our current players. Example, Hunda, Raki, Markande and all. The players you mentioned, I don't want them to come to India, actually. I would rather have them play in America or in the UK. We tried this 20 years ago and you got semi-pro amateur PIOs at the time to come and play. The only exception was a certain Arata Izumi, and otherwise all the others were flops, actually, to be honest. So I don't know if that's such a good idea. But again, they don't ask people who understand these things, and that's the problem. There's a main team. Again, as I said, Gaming Architect, uh, this is a mixed team. Brandon out, Lord Farouk says, Raj, Africa, you do not pass an Asian Games, would it clash with Asian Cup? It would most probably. I don't even want when are the Asian Games 2020. Let me just check. September 19th. Yes, September. Yeah, they would have clashed. So yeah. Long ball forward. Bijoy. Oopala. Little confusing. And Bijoy ran into his keeper. Gurpreet down. Someone stepped on his foot or ankle. Gurpreet Singh Sandhu in pain. And was it Alisher Jalilov or was it Bijoy? And it looks to me the way Bijoy is reacting, I think it's Bijoy who most probably touched his players. And Tajikistan cannot be happy with this game so far. Why I believe Profil will make comeback again. I believe Kalyan won't contest him for election since OBJ party don't rate Kalyan. See, Arman, nice opinion, but you're so far away from the truth. But again, Who cares? You have an opinion and you seem to know. Professor, it's not a question of eligibility. Tina Bijawat did a good job along with Sandesh. She brings that physicality as well. Yeah, he does. But I think he stepped on his own goalkeeper's foot because he wasn't alert enough. Gurpreet finds Akash. Can't control the ball. Ricky can't find Vikram. Tajikistan intercept. 32 minutes nearly played. For someone like Jan, it would be difficult to make that choice, but for Shan, it would be an upgrade for us, right? Why is it difficult for Jan, Rushabh? He's eligible. Marcus comes 69, he can, yeah, and then retire. Yeah, but he can, but does he want to? That would be the question. I'm not wrong. We had foreigners from League Two and their peers in League One and Two. Yes, we've had Rushabh players from League One, League Two. Oh, Tajikistan! And that's a good block. Important block from Sandesh Jingan. Gurpreet has the ball. Ball for Rakimov, and Sandesh somehow blocks the ball with his body. To I want a total new face for president. As I said, we're discussing this. Scottish League to answer with Dwiga downgrade. Except from that logic, theoretically. But again, Rishabh, it's not a question of downgrade or upgrade. It's a question of if they would want to do it or not. For me, again, the old PAO scheme 20 years ago was a flop show. It brought substandard players in because the clubs also wanted cheap options. So they might not go for a Yandanda. They might not go for a Dylan Markandi or a Arjun Raiki or a Shan Hunra. They might go for XYZ players we don't even know. So therefore, that's the other problem that you have. Tajikistan on the right. Good defending from Akash. Tajikistan in the box. And Rakimov stabs the ball, so to say, forward. Gets the ball from Panchanbe, but then puts it wide. 34 minutes. Tajikistan nil, India 1. That would be a big result for Khalid. But again, India's Mohammad Sanan. Throw in. Rakimov, is he going to take it? Yeah. Plays it backwards. Tajikistan in the lines. I don't want our team to play like this. I want them to make attacks, defend well, counter attack, etc. So Well, if you get Khalid Jamil, you will get this. Best choice would be Titamar or Naveen Patnaik for president, whatever Amar Patnaik did in Mizoram district alongside political power is sometimes better than Kalyan. Arman, yes, but Naveen Patnaik is not part of any football association or anything, so he's not eligible. And Tete could be a future chief minister of Mizoram. I don't think that Tete has the time and will to shift from Aizawl to Delhi, so I don't see that as being realistic. But I totally agree. Knowing Tete now for over 15 years, yeah, would be a great choice. Does Jan have an OCI card? I think, as far as I remember, he did. He did have an OCI card. Yes. Tajikistan on the left, and free kick for India. Chiraboyev Nazarov, Jalilov, Rakimov, Umarbayev, Panchambe have to do better. Good for India. No. Nikhil lets the ball go through. Throw in India. With the long throw. And throw in India. I never advocated for Khalid Jamil for national team coach. Why am I getting punished? In fact, I wanted him away from Jabil Presi. Yeah, Anyway, realities. Oh, Rambe runs a free kick. I would respect for Baichung Bhutia as a player, but I don't think he's a good answer. He has no connection with any political businessman. I don't want Baichung as president. Okay, Arman. Oh, Sanand's clearance rather becomes attacking opportunity. Akash clears his lines long. Finds Farooq Chaudhuri. Nice movement from Farooq. Looking for Vikram. Can he get to it? He will get to it. Vikram on the right. To Barla. Chip into the box. Farooq Chaudhuri header. No power, no placement. Wide. Suddenly Farooq is moving like Shante, says Hannibal. Yeah, that pass was good. I have to give it to him. And good clearance from Akash Mishra. Rakimov. Tursunzoda. Karimov. Zhuraboyev. Islamov. Cross. I won't get to it. The good thing is, at the moment, Tajikistan playing too complicated. They've given up their sort of gameplay a little bit, allowing India to breathe a little easy at the back. Gurpreet with a goal kick. And looking at that stand in the background, completely full. Cleared by Vijay. Sandesh. Looking for Sanan. Sanan on that wing. Cross headed out by Tajikistan. Balla to Vikram. Tajikistan win the ball. Trying to now make a counter-attacking move. Don't have numbers on them. Jalilov. Tanvir wins and loses the ball. Zuraboyev. Vikram tries to win it. Umarbayev. Double passing. And that shot. Oh. That is a corner for Tajikistan. Rakimov. Weird one. Ashanigi reported why Mohammed didn't send players nationally outside FIFA nations because insurance only covers club and FIFA. Wonder if players get into clubs end up paying that. I mean, I don't know who's reporting and who's creating those stories. Corner for Tajikistan, 40 plus minutes. Fourth corner for the hosts. That's a good one. Hit it out. Sanan to a Tajik player. Tajikistan with the ball into the box. Headed goalwards. No problem for Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. The big man with a long kick, looking for Sanan, but Sanan doesn't even get close. Tajikistan combining themselves forward. Ooh, is that given as a foul against Sandesh? Yes, it is. Lucky that is outside of the box. Rakhimov. Let's see that again. A little too soft, I would have said. No, not a foul to me. Not a foul to me. If you ask me, not a foul. Free kick, Tajikistan. 42 plus minutes on the clock. It's Tajikistan 0, India 1. And it looks like Captain Akhtam Nazarov will take the free kick. Nazarov standing there, Rakimov standing there, Jalilov standing there. Umar Baev joins the party as well. Rakimov goes away. Jurabov goes away, and that's wide. Good free kick. At least looked good from the angle. It was Umar Baev in the end. Went wide. Let's see that from behind the goal. Good chance for Tajikistan. Throw in for the hosts on the right. Oh, India steal the ball. Vikram. Overcooked. No chance for Raimali to get to it. Tajikistan build up on the left. Better not ask Hannibal, as would be my observation. Karimov. Panchanbe. Juraboev. Nice little combo from Tajikistan. A lot of space for the right back. Ball into, and good save from Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. Karoma Tulo Zoda. Sort of a cross and a shot. Alidzon. Karu Matulo Zoda. And Gurpreet luckily doesn't put it into his own net. Throw in Tajikistan on the left. Weird. Primarily, Ricky back to his keeper. Gurpreet high and long. Tajikistan headed out. India have the ball. Ricky looking for Vikram. But Tajikistan have the ball and directly start a counter-attacking move. Tajikistan play from left to right. Karimov trying to play their way through. Play from right to left. Out on that left flank. They've got multiple players in the middle of the box, but that ball is overcooked, luckily. 2 minutes of added time. Clubs are not obliged to send senior players outside of FIFA windows if football players from home experience have to be released. Sasha, there are no FIFA windows at youth level. There are sort of those windows in which tournaments are supposed to be held. And if you do hold friendlies or matches outside of those windows, then there is also no need to release players. So there, again, at least in Asia, from what I know. So therefore, that's always a conversation that you need to have. But again, in Europe, things are structured. So therefore, there it's a little different. Long goal kick from Gurpreet. Can India keep the 1-0 at the break? Would be achievement. And it's the halftime whistle from the match referee. It's Tajikistan 0, India 1. And one free kick from Farooq Chaudhuri caused so much of problems for Yatimov that Vikram Pratap was there to score for India and take that lead into the break. Not a bad half, to be honest. Ishan, up to that goal, we were not present on the field. So, we have to thank Tajikistan for not scoring. So let's see. But it is, to me, it was peak haram ball. So I don't think there will be any subs. What do you think? Foul from Sandesh. I don't think it was a foul, but hey, Sun and sub off. I think no, I don't know. Better play by India. I don't know what if it was better play. Let's see the free kick again. Yeah, that's a terrible goalkeeping error, right? I'm seeing a Paramveer red. I can sense that. Who goes for a high stud tackle in the second minute of the game? Yeah, Sujat. But if you say that, people will say, you're anti that boy. Yeah, decent first half. No, the result is good. Blue. Let's be very honest. The result is good, but again, we didn't play football, right? So Tajikistan put a lot of pressure on us, but their finishing was poor today. You know, so yeah. We are losing this midfield battle, though. Param using his physical to good effect. Yeah, what is he good using it? Good effect. If you're not winning the ball, I don't know how you're using it. Before goal, it was boring game. We were not on the field, Aman. Tula doing with the Astro advisor who helped India. Very diff. What was reported by media. Okay. The commercial game to a transition is massive. Yeah, there is none. Right. Very often long ball from the back, hoping someone will get to it and you can do something with it. I think that's at the moment the gameplay that we are talking about, and that to me is very worrying, very worrying. And Tajikistan needs to figure out what they want to do. They're not good enough. Ashraf's having a laugh, and we are not at this moment playing good enough football. Very simple, very very simply said, right? For me at the moment, India needs to do much more. India needs to be much more proactive, you know. And let's see. And National Advisor, help me find my next round open football, says Sasha. Now, the rest of the world, but general insurance companies in India always look for loopholes to deny claims, and according to Ashish, assurance have FIFA window clause if it's true, it's valid. Rishabh, then I go to a different insurance, right? Palmwell's physicality, I don't know. As always, super tackled by Sandesh in front of the goal, says Ochut. Said all kicks went out. Yeah, most of them. Like, and rest of the club are releasing players. We don't have four of clubs refusing them anymore. Mohun Bagan always finds a reason to try and figure out, say, I can't do this, I can't do that. If it's true or not, no one's going to ask the question. We're hearing something positive about long term. Can the club sustain themselves? And the big question, don't know, they can't. Ishan, and sorry, let me get up. The the credit for this whole situation goes to Praful Patel, right? Who initiated these things, has gotten them together. But if I see how the AFF and the clubs ran the last ISL, if I see how divided the clubs are, if as far as I can see, the clubs are not even deciding on, who's gonna be running the league in their name, right? If they put in a puppet and that person has to say what the clubs want, it won't work, right? So there's a lot of things, a lot of loose ends, in my opinion, that need to be worked on. And then there is the future of the ISL. Because saying, hey, listen, we're going to restrict salaries to 60 lakhs. I can go around and sign a player for 60 lakhs and say, listen, at the back end, I'll give you another 10 or 20 lakhs, or I might give you maybe even a crore extra, just come play for me. So therefore, how are you going to check that? It's not a system like in the US, where in the US sporting system, be it in Major League Soccer, NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL, you have to lay open your books. Your books are transparent. They know, for example, we know how much, for example, Pochettino is getting as the head coach of the US men's soccer team. So therefore, as long as these things are not this, there are ways and means and ways of doing jugaad. So therefore, yes, I've said in the past, a club net model most probably better than the AFF controlling it, given the realities also of the AFF, and therefore we need to figure out where is this going, and are the right steps being taken to take Indian football forward. And that's the thing. What are we doing about grassroots? What are we doing with youth football? Is that going to be something that will be there? Is there some sort of infrastructure development idea also in the midterm? I don't know. And the question is, are all 14 clubs to play the Indian Super League? Because there's a doubt on a number of teams, right? Diamond Harbour FC, can they exist given the realities of what has changed in the last few weeks in Bengal? Is Intakashi going to be around? Is Odisha FC going to be around? So therefore, there are lots of unanswered questions, and therefore that meeting in that way was good on one side, but on the other side, does it answer all our queries and questions? I don't think so. I honestly do not think so, and there are a lot of questions remaining in Indian football. The amount of through balls that Tajikistan are playing is scary. Also, the East, they're sparing our defense is disturbing. In last game, we were better defensive in the first half. Yeah. So, true, but the result says something else, Certain those 28 years ago, for represent Indian football, the quarter was like, they not leave the club. No one is leaving anything, guys. That's a list that's been around for 3 years. As anyone coming, going, no, I don't know. What do you think about this going in AFS World Music Clubs? Aman, as I just said, how do you rate the first half performance? Anyone? We had a free kick, scored a goal, so that's opportunistic. That was peak Khalid Jamil football. First 25 minutes, we were not, so for me, that's the one. And yeah, after that, Tajikistan couldn't get the act together. Sports minister says something stern about not releasing players, which was nice to say, but how can he act? The so-called national club got a warning from ministry. Yeah, so what? Why are the clubs not keen on Genius Sports? Aren't they a UK-based provider for sport? Sasha, that's a good question to ask the clubs. Good question to ask the clubs. The same as sports is also so, considering ruling parties tends to give free anti-India label. Yeah, Rishabh, it has no value. Here's my doubt. One team will get relegated and one promote, so that means the promoted team will be in loss by giving money and relegated team will be in profit because they won't have to pay. No, Sujal, you have to also pay in the IFL. Sir, Shanhundal to आया गया ऐसे खेलना नो क्यों आ गया you know you know nothing has changed since yesterday. Saw your video regarding clubs running the league. One thing you mentioned in your for both big zero country, but what has it to do next phase which are achievable in your opinion? Blue, first of all, the right leadership. You know, if the AFF don't have the right leadership, if the clubs don't have the right leadership in the ISL, nothing will happen. That's the first thing, and then try to figure out commercially, right? If I go on internet today, I will find not just 20 but 280 OSA players, but that doesn't matter. Sujal, Yeah, what to say? You're very right. Like you said, a lot of times Professor has the ability to get things done politically, and I don't like to say it at all. We all have to give him back, get him back. Yeah, Rishabh, sad reality, right? 28 OSI clubs, you say like what quarters plays if Gordon, okay. Listen, the question is not if these 28 players will come and play, right? That's the first question. Secondly, who will play, why he will play. There's a lot of questions to be asked. The issue is precisely that get politicians out of football, bring in real administrators. Yeah, but that's not going to happen. What will be the other leagues? Any conversation last meeting or just ISL focus? Just ISL. There's no conversation about any other league or any of the other leagues that are there in India because the conversations was just ISL. And yeah, one has to wait and see what happens on that front, right? Praful looks like political smart and Kalyan was slow. I don't know if that's the case. And Lakshman, the best player we got, not that he'll ever play, but just if we think about it, Porkloth. I don't know. Who's the best, who's not the best? Always a question. One of the big questions I have regarding the so-called list is how many of them have OSI card in the first place. Rishabh, one of the questions, yes. Secondly, are they still all eligible to play for India would be my second question. And yeah, let's wait and see. Well, they said Guinness is already in Nigerian Karnataka State League data thing and analysis is the man who forced Tubson 20 at Genius deal. Raj, again, tell that to be verified. If Dulal can verify it, tell him to do that. Again, I feel that a lot of these people are putting out news as news, which is actually their opinion or their, it might have been this way or that way. So I don't know, but maybe he doesn't know. Season at least that's happening now. More likely, right? No. There are so many stumbling blocks still before the league will happen. Let's wait and see what happens. To me, there are multiple teams who have to be convinced of this because if you don't have suddenly 14 but you have less teams, then your whole 15.4 doesn't hold, right? 15.4 crores. So there's a lot of questions that are still unanswered. I don't see Diamond Harbour FC playing. Again, someone will have to convince me that they're going to play, and then the rest will have to see. But then who has asked AFL clubs who are paying? The AFL clubs even know about this? Sujal, they've been paying, they paid this season, no? They had to pay those 25 lakhs to the AIFF to play, no? That's where Mizoram stepped in because Aizawl FC and Chanmari FC said we won't play. And then the Mizoram government paid that money to those two clubs and yeah. And yeah, so therefore that has been paid. In the past, they used to get grants from the AFF when we were talking about those 50 crores. Is Imami out more or less confirmed? What about Goenka? Block Imami have said that they would go out, walk away. I think 2-3 months ago, and I've said that multiple times. And Goenka, yeah, who knows? I'm not sure. I think the political climate in Bengal has changed, and therefore there might be certain things which which could change instead of what we've had in the past. Evening, Arun, is this the first time in a while we finished the half with the lead? Also about this asset as a relegation been decided, or is it going to be an issue with the club as an AFF? Well, Jen, at the moment, relegation is there. I don't know if anyone is fighting for Mohammedan Sporting. I don't even know if Mohammedan Sporting is fighting for themselves about this. Is it a curse to get promoted to ISL? So yeah, it's a curse to run a club in India if you want to look at the financial side of things, right? If Profile comes back, do you think he'll be able to sort long-term situation? So Marcus tweeted about max age of office holders. He says it's 70 and Profile is 69. Rushabh, if Profile has to get in, he will, so let's wait and see. Let's if the question that people need to ask Profile Patel, does he want to be AFF president again? And from my knowledge, I don't think he wants to be. You know, he's helping Indian football, but does he want to come back after all that's happened 4 years ago? I don't doubt it. Diamond obviously might not exist. Was when BJP minister made allegations demanded CBI Pro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the risk, right? During Praful Patel era, same thing happened about I-League giving money and Praful rejected it. Mm, no, it was something different, Raj. So that option was never there. Sorry. So I started watching in football when I started 2014. At that time, There's a player called Romeo Fernandez. Where is he currently playing? Wasn't he playing at some big South American club? Sure, Romeo joined in that winter window post the ISL Atletico Paranense in Brazil. Spent there 6 months and then came back. Substitution for Tajikistan. Zhuraboyev and Rakimov off, with Irgashev and Mabatshoev coming on. So 2 substitutions for Tajikistan. So I think he plays local league in Goa. So what's that down as inquiry about? I mean, how have they missed financially? Look, I don't know. Listen, either they did or they didn't, or they will find or will not find. No idea. Some speculation for wants to be in FIFA Expo. Yeah, let's see. How does 400 crore worth of asset people blame him for corruption? No, husbands will do corruption, says Hannibal. Yeah. A match referee back on the field, asking the players to return. Getting ready for the second 45. India leading 1-0 at Tajikistan. As I say, I will take that result, but the style is a big question mark in my opinion. And we have kickoff for the second 45. Looks like India have made no substitutions. The referee's having it. So, gentlemen, we see how young players can make the difference. What's the difference? That we play worse than what we played 4 days ago? Tajikistan with the ball, and Sandesh Chingan clears. I would want you to dig deeper. My friend Air India suffered catastrophic losses, says Sasha. Bala with the throwman. Tajikistan directly trying to combine play on the wing. Nice ball in the middle. India had captured us. Oh, now ads. Ads at the worst possible timing. Tajikistan with the ball played out to the left. Cleared by Sandesh. Oh, Vikram. Ball went out. Of a Tajik player. We'll see. We'll see those fanboys hyping in Khalifa. Let's see, Blue, what happens. I'm more worried about a savior, Silver Messiah, as fans and labeling as Messiah. Yeah, the Messiah tag is always dangerous. Let's talk about a star boy. Son in less than 10 touches in the first over. He has one less. Was tackled more. He's losing his calm. Might say red today, says Sujal. Yeah, yes. Bijoy has struggled. Sandesh has covered for him a number of times. These are things which you don't see. Tajikistan, ball into the middle. Oh, that's good. Oh, Ricky Shabong. Foul not given. And Paramveer earns a free kick. Someone Judge player pushing him as the AIFF president. Yeah. There's a lot of pushing and shoving going on about who's what, why, when, where. Yeah. So oh, and there we saw that Paramveer situation. I don't know if you just saw it. He got pulled, and then the elbow goes out. And if the Tajik player goes down, then we have that situation for your red card. Yeah. Throw in Tajikistan on the right. Tursunzoda. Hope I'm pronouncing the name right. And that's going to be a goal kick for the Tajiks, who've come out all guns blazing. They've got a proper talking to by their coach. But India hold on to that lead. Tajikistan unable to play in that final third. Creating a lot. Looks good. Nazarov. Islamov. Back to Juraboev. Karimov. Ball back with Juraboev. Back with him again. Tajikistan. Islamov. And yeah, this Tajikistan has a nice gameplay and pattern, but luckily in that final third, so preferred they needed a legal order to vacate his post of serving more than his term. We won the third of FIFA at a time. I remember correct. How quickly we forget. Sashan, that was never the case. According to FIFA, he was allowed to see out his term. So there was never a FIFA problem. It was the Supreme Court of India which created the problem. So actually, that was not right. I haven't even contested an election. He's not eligible as usual. So therefore, that whole conversation is not worth it. Right. So that's how India and Indian football talks now. Free kick for India from the left. And that's always good. Dead ball situations, the most dangerous for India. And a certain Farooq Chaudhuri close to the ball. Much criticized Farooq Chaudhuri. Even I said, is he actually India material? I still think that Brandon in that position would have been better. Maybe another chance for India. Ball comes into the danger zone, headed. Paramveer. And a foul given. Paramveer quickly gets away. +51 minutes. Tajikistan 0, India 1. Looking good for the Blue Tigers. Not the gameplay, but the result. That's a foul from Vikram. The referee telling him off. Gets away without a card. Tajikistan have the ball back. Karimov. Tajikistan in the last line. The Premier League is heavily invested in India. They just opened an office in Bombay. Why not ask them for real estate like a Scudamore or David Dean? Why would a Scudamore or David Dean even come to India? And who's going to pay for it? Do you know how many, what kind of valuation they have? And why would the Premier League get involved with with India? They're not heavily invested. They just want money out of India. They win as soon as we find even one academy could be good enough for but the Premier League cares nothing about EFL. That's a different setup. Why would they do it? It makes no sense. But one of whom we went to 2 Asian Cups, hosted 2 Under-17 World Cups, hosted Women Asian Cup, and rose to 99 had ISL. So you can tell me what Powell's done that bad. Yeah. That's why we know the gameplay. Tajikistan. And we only want. I don't think it's going to hurt the eyes anymore. Yeah. That looks like Andy Carroll. Okay. Patel didn't coach those teams, so it had nothing to do with it. It was also under profile that Abrams didn't play a game for 4 years. Sasha, I would rather go with Sujal in his observations in regard to Praful Patel because he gave Kushal the free hand to do certain things, and most of the things were good compared to what we've done in the last 4 years. So I would, yeah. And the whole ISL conversation with the clubs was start with him. 6 months we were playing in the stadium in less than a year. Including until then, we've played 10 plus games here, says Honey. That's insane to think. Since the party of India was set up and was been reduced, has been there for a long time. No idea, Hitesh. There's been no information from the AIFF on the India under 20 setup. Tajikistan have the ball back. 54 minutes. Ball to that right attacking wing. And that is a corner for Tajikistan. My son falling like he's a doll. Says, I don't know the amount of damage done under some match comparable terms is from was well the saying goes better the devil, Yeah, Sasha. I would not. Corner for Tajikistan. Jalilov to take it into the danger. Oh, Paramveer heads it to the other side. Lucky no one was there. Throw in. Pana Conte has moved to Liga MX Femini to Mexico. Sanan here isn't able to control the ball. We have people wanting all the U20s. The senior team can't even imagine. So if it happens, says Rushabh. Yeah. Yeah. Although I also feel that FIFA ban and lockdown kind of badly affected in football. Yeah, but that FIFA ban was forced on us, no? Supreme Court and all those. How much will Japan progress in this World Cup? No idea. Speaking to someone at AFC today, and I said, I hope that Japan really do well. Quarterfinal would be great. And Gurpreet not happy with his. Yeah. It reminds me of him against Zimbabwe. Gurpreet having a go at his players in front of him. Said, boys, you have to do more. And a reminder, those of you watching, if you're liking, if you haven't, do please subscribe, share, and if you haven't, please like as well. 4,478 is where we stand, so 22 more. We would reach to the 4,500 mark. Ball chip forward. Vikram keeps it under control as well. Nikhil Bala. Ricky. Back to Bala. Vikram tries to beat. And a chance maybe for Tajikistan to counter. Anshay. We can stop that movement. Ball across. Into the danger area. Oh, and two players empty. Lucky there. Gurpreet beaten. Lucky India. It's Umar Bayev in the end. Puts the ball over. Jalilov behind him. And another substitution. Karimov and Nazarov off. With Hanonov and on Hanonov, who plays for Sepahan in Iran. Oh, maybe a chance for India to counter. That's a chip from, I think, from Ricky and Raim Ali on the ground. I don't have to watch Finland Women's National also enjoy, Sasha. Why is my idol Chang the bench? Well, giving chances to younger players. We play football. Now, Blue, we are trying to survive without playing football. I think that's the idea today. Tajikistan looking to play it forward. Oh, referee allows play on, which I guess that was physicality. Long attempt by India again. Yatimov quickly starts the gameplay. Hanonov, centre back. Vadat, who's not been playing Iran for the last 5 years. Sandesh Jingan controlling. Seems to be compensating with that Sandesh foul. Nah, Rishabh, but there have been a few decisions at both ends where he could have, maybe could have, should have called a foul. So I don't think it's any compensating. Tajikistan with the square ball. Oh, reaches the player. He's in the box. He's in the box. Good save from Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. Important save from Gurpreet Singh Sandhu for India. Akash Mishra beaten. And Gurpreet in the second attempt. Again, substitute Irgashev. India on the left, and the ball's going to go out. Goal kick, Tajikistan. And the Tajiks up in the game situation is oh no, let me start again, Sujo. The game situation is peak Khalid Jamil ball kind of situation. It is in this situation that he delivers. Yeah, Sujo. It's the kind of football that his teams love to play. Oh, and that's a yellow card for Ricky for not allowing play to restart. Takes one for the team, Ricky Shabong. But Tajikistan are upping the tempo. But they're leaving gaps for India to counter-attack them also. But again, India going very deep. Ricky. And Tajikistan win the ball back. India steal the ball from us. Ooh, that's a bad slip from Farooq Chaudhuri. Islamov blows it forward. Bijoy. Oh, keeps it in play. That's dangerous from Bijoy. Just clear the ball. Rahul Beke being spoken to. Rahim Ali loses the ball. Tries to close down the man. Cleared by the Tajiks. Throw in for India. Interesting substitution. Rahul Beke coming on for Rahim Ali. So the only Indian striker goes off with Rahim Ali. And Rahul Beke comes on. Okay. I want to know what that system is. And Tajikistan continue to attack. Looks like now a three-man backline. Oh, Farooq. Sanan for once wins the ball. Akash plays it back. Looks like Farooq Chaudhuri, the lone striker now. Ooh, got them off. Yeah. Rahul, Beke, what Rahul for what might be there? I have no. Yeah. So has planned to defend. Yes, Khalid is defending 1000%. We're leading 1-0. Defend the lead with your lives. And that is lucky India. Ball over the goal. Once more for Tajikistan. This time, Shalok Hidin Irgashev. Tajikistan is getting their chances. Sack head coach immediately and his so-called quota players, Farooq Rahim and Rahul. Yeah. Sack him, yeah. We can have a conversation. Quota players, I don't know what you want with your so-called quota players. You want other quota players, right? So that's also quota. India has to be careful. Oh, cleared by Nikhil Balla. Tajikistan and Vikram does well to clear. Sorry, that was Ricky. But Tajikistan directly keep on the pressure on India. That's a long ranger from the defender Vadad Hanonov, the man who plays in Iran. Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, 65 plus minutes on the clock. And he's kept his goal clean so far. Long ball forward. And Sandesh clears his lines. Nikhil Balla, Vikram. Anupam, if you want an honest answer, the result is good, very good, but we are playing pathetic, pathetic to say the least. But Tajikistan is just luckily incompetent to score. That's my summary. And the first substitution for India just sums up Khalid Jamil and his tactics for me. Rahim Ali goes off, Rahul Beke comes on. Gurpreet, outstanding game whenever needed. Sandesh, Ricky Shabong, Vikram fighting whenever needed. And Tajikistan now on the left. Islamov. Hanonov. Back to Hanonov. Looking for options. Is it short? Back to the centre back. Ricky Shabong tries an attacking move, but India playing very deep. Looks like India to some extent playing 7 in one line. Yeah, it's at the moment 7 in a line. And still Tajikistan can get into the danger, cleared by Sandesh once again. Hanonov, and again a long ranger, and luckily bad. 7-3 formation. Yeah, it's weird, huh? So there were 7 in a line. I've heard about 5, maybe 6, but I've never seen 7 in a line. And Sandesh urging on his fellow teammates. Khalid being Khalid, what else could we expect? Hope we defend till the last whistle, but could we? Anupam, yeah, Tajikistan, not the best team in the world. That's an advantage. Question is, will we give away a free kick, And free kick for India for once. Again, maybe another chance for India. Foul on Vikram, who's been one of the better players. 7 and 9, and everyone defending. Yeah. Yeah, Blue, that's India under Khalid Jamil. Farooq Chaudhuri with a free kick has been the most successful for India. 1 goal, 1 assist in these 2 games. That's overcooked. India wants a penalty. There's a player down. Is that Bijoy? Yeah, Bijoy Varghese down. Holding his knee. What is he holding? His calf? Landed awkwardly. No foul of any kind. No, sir. I just hate Khalid because of his mentality and playing style. He's just zigzag. If you want Khalid Jamil, you will get Khalid Jamil. That's what I said when he was signed. And yeah, and that's what we are seeing peak Khalid Jamil football today. And it might be hurting to your eyes, my eyes, but this is what Khalid Jamil teams play. Right? So that's the problem. And there wasn't a quote that says something like defensive wins you league, Khalid. Total literary at all levels. No, there's a quote which says offense wins you matches, defense wins you tournaments, right? That's what's said. Tajikistan. Oh, play a lovely through ball on the edge of the box. It's a good shot. So why not give chance to Indian coach services? Yeah, yeah. That was substitute Mabat Shoaif, who plays in Malaysia for Terengganu FC. Gurpreet with the goal kick. 71 minutes nearly played, headed on by, was that good? Farooq Chaudhuri? No, that was not Farooq Chaudhuri. Tajikistan with a long Nikhil Balla. Oh, gets the ball off his shoulder. Vikram, that's a foul. What is that? No, sorry, that's Ricky Shabong. But I never want Khalid Jamil. I know he's nothing with the foreign players in the Northeast and always prefer balanced approach, coach. Yeah. Next, give chance to Sanjay Sensar. He's a, oh God, Hollywood. Free kick for Tajikistan from the left. Islamov headed out by Sandesh. Oh, and that's a foul. And I think Nikhil Balla from Jalilov. And Anupam says that's going to hurt. Yes, that is already hurting, gentlemen. Yeah, that has hurt quite a bit. Ouch, would be the word most probably. Nikhil Bala will feel the pain a little bit. That most probably something which eye spray can solve and sort for you. Tajikistan nil, India 1. Foreign coach no good, sir, because they give no give chance to young players, sir. Hannibal, where did Manolo and Igor give chance to young players in the last few years? That doesn't work. Sir. Yeah. And Nikhil Balla, medical team of the Indians, with the thumbs up. India dropping deep. And Vikram loses against the sub, who moves into the box and wins, doesn't win a corner. India putting bodies on the line. Let's see that again. Vijay putting his body on the line, as everybody else is. But Mabachoev couldn't get the ball into the danger area. And India utilizing those seconds now, again and again and again, to try and buy time, get time off the clock. And thumbs up from the Indian medical team. Yeah, Vijay put his foot in, put the body in. But I think the referee's right to give India a goal kick. Tajikistan nil, India 1. 75 plus minutes. Nikhil Pujari getting ready. And Sandesh telling his team to move up a little further. Balla loses the ball, but luckily wins the throw-in. Balla to take the throw-in for India on the right. Looking for Farooq. But Tajikistan again win the ball. India steal it. Parmveer, Akash, Mohammad Sanan. Really forgot that Sanan is in the game. And Akash Mishra being outrun. Ooh, is that a penalty? Ooh. And the attacker gets a Sharom Samiev gets a yellow card for faking a penalty. Interesting. Let's see that. That's not a penalty. Good decision from the referee. Interesting one. As India make a substitution, Nikhil Pujari now on for Nikhil Barla. And Mohammad Sanan seems to be off as well. Aren't we capable of playing like Tajikistan if you get a good coach? Hannibal, where would you get the players to play football like that? Do you have 5 technical players of the quality, capability, the speed, the intelligence, the basics to play football like that? Tajikistan football-wise, different league. Sorry. And this is peak haram ball that we're going to win. If we win. Corner for Tajikistan from the left. Headed out by India. Tajikistan on that left wing into the box, back with the Tajiks, and Sandesh clears. The keeper's the first on the ball, and Tajikistan build up again. Rahul Beke earning 1.5 crores per season, still playing national shows. India is the worst team in the entire world. I'm sorry, but if you don't think it's worst in the world, then what to say? How are we the worst in the world? How do you know we're the worst in the world, Aman? And why always this Rahul Beke bashing? Why? Anyone who does a Rahul Beke bashing doesn't understand for me football. If you would have been in London, would have watched the game live, would have seen what he was doing, not doing, you wouldn't say that. And this is I find very poor, very poor. There will be no perfect coach and no perfect players ever. Hannibal, forget the perfect coach, perfect, but the coach and players who understand each other. India blocking, India standing with again 6 players in that last line. We have parked Andromeda Galaxy in front of the goal. Yeah, Hannibal, we've parked whatever we could, and Tajikistan is getting desperate to try and figure out how to break that. Vikram has given up his attacking positions. Nikhil Bala, Pujari. Ooh, that's a foul. And that's most probably Paramveer with the foul. Against Umar Bayev. Yeah. Of course, there's a little touch on the ball, but now cramps for Paramveer. Yeah, that's a level of football that the boy has never played. That's also reality. Anything for 1-0 win, says Hannibal. Yeah. Tajikistan with 2 more substitutions. And Jalilov, with the captain's armband, will want to score. Tajikistan, 81st minute with a free kick. And there is now Gurpreet Singh Sandhu on the ground. Yeah, this is now peak Indian haram ball, which we see in the I League, in the ISL, in the IFL. Gurpreet suddenly in huge pain. But he's already up again. At this point, I want Tajikistan to make equalize. It's just, uh, it's just disgusting for us to play like this, just not even 10% confident on the ball, just hit a 6. It's a zigzag. This kind of football is okay in knockout games, but here it's rather pathetic. Yeah, Blue. Again, I've said this when the whole Khalid Jamil conversation came up. This is how Khalid Jamil has played throughout his career. There is no attacking intent. There's no will to gameplay. It's just, listen, we scored a goal. Now, yeah, it's very sad. Popular opinion, Indian coaches don't teach till U18 in grassroots coaches, class coaches are garbage level. Problem is substandard Indian coaches. Armand, yeah. But who's going to tell the coaches that you're part of the problem? And where you're going to get thousands of coaches? Free kick blocked by India. Throw in. Exactly, says Hannibal to Zigzag's opinion. It is Tajikistan trying to figure out and cleared for a throw in rather than a corner. 2 substitutions for Tajikistan. Jalilov amongst those who are going off. Tajikistan trying everything to try and get on the score sheet. Ball into the danger area. Headed out by Sandesh. Headed out by Akash. Oh, mistake by the 2 in the middle. That's the substitute blocked by Sandesh. Blocked by India. And penalty given. Has he given a penalty? Are you serious? . Ooh, certainly substitute Davlalov. Let's see it again. Block, shot blocked. Player comes in. Huh? Vikram doesn't do anything. How is that a penalty? To me, it's not a penalty. Sorry. Playing like this in ASEAN Cup. Yeah, but it's not a penalty, is it? How is that? Is, Vikram didn't commit a. Did Vikram commit a foul? I didn't see a foul. Penalty for Tajikistan and the substitute Boboev, who plays in Indonesia. Sheridin Boboev with the penalty for Tajikistan against Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. Can the big man save it? No, he can't. It's 1-1 in the 85th minute. To me, I don't know why it was a penalty. To me, didn't. I don't know. Did I miss something, guys? Did you see something? Beke has always been shown bad line videos by government mistakes. He did good for India at this level. That's a comment, unlike the brats from. Yeah, Anupam, forget the Mohun Bagan East Bengal conversation. Rahul Beke, when you see him play, let's see that. What? Oh, it's a handball. Ah, okay. It's not a foul. Sorry. My mistake. Yeah, it's a handball. It's before, yeah. It was a handball. Yes, sorry, my mistake. Vikram Pratap with his arm. But the arm is on the body. There's a hand during the block before. Yeah. Again, was it? Yeah. Again, another penalty. We concede one penalty. We now concede the last three penalty matches, penalty each. And now, Vikram, sorry, Changte, McCarthan, Edmund, and Roshan. Okay, not Vikram handball. I don't know. Anyway, to me, that's the only, because it wasn't a foul. So the only thing, and the referee was very quick to it, but I would have to see the replays of that. And Tajikistan now will go all out to try and win this. If you defend every second, this will happen. Yeah, Blue, very true. One mistake. You're defending for 90 plus minutes, right? We're not playing for, we didn't even play football for 1 minute. Roshan on for Paramveer. That's the first one. Changte on for Vikram. Edmund all for Farouk. And who is off for McCarthan? Let's see who's the last substitution for India. And why do I make 4 substitutions in the 87 minute? What's the use? Why couldn't I do it 10 minutes earlier? Taylor looks hungry. Why aren't we? Anupam, very valid question. Very, very valid question. Whatever the level of gender is, India's national always give a penalty. Yeah. Let's see. McCarthan for Nikhil Bala. Nikhil Bala was off earlier. For now I'm confused. 1-1. Throw in for India. Bijoy. Tajikistan win the ball. Akash clears his lines. Throw in for Tajikistan. 88 plus minutes on the clock. Can India defend themselves to a 1-1? That's a good cross in. And that's blocked by Nikhil Pujari for a corner. I guess he would sub in the 90 plus fifth minute and the goal come 94. Bro, that's a crazy one. Tajik will score this age-old script. Yeah, I hope not a second one. But again, we don't deserve anything from this game. Let's be honest about it. Corner. That's long. Into the danger zone. And Gurpreet picks it up. Important. India has to stay cool now to try and at least take a withdraw home. Wanted to defend one goal. Now that because he's substituting attackers. Yeah. And what are they going to do? Because the criticism of the coach will become even bigger. Headed out by India. Throw in for India. Here we are in the 90th minute. Tajikistan won, India won. In this FIFA window international friendly. And once more reminder, please like if you haven't, share with others, and please subscribe. 4,479. So we are 21 away from the 4,500 mark on this channel. 50-50 chance for penalty. Raj, to me, I initially it wasn't clear to me. Then I later on realized it's the handball. I would like to see that again. To me, the hand looked on the body, but again, does he make a movement or not? That's also a question. Yeah. This seems like a team from 30, 35 years ago when we used to play international matches not to concede more goals. Yeah. Ain't no way we're playing like this in ASEAN Cup. Hannibal, I hope not, but for that, we have to change the coach. Right? Otherwise, we're playing in September, October like this. Tajikistan trying to build up. Bijoy clears his lines, but Tajikistan intercept. Yeah. Nikhil Pujari wins it, but loses it again. Tajikistan, the keeper plays it long, headed out by Nikhil. Ooh, Edmund with the steal, but he's offside. It came off an opponent, but again, the original ball was the Tajik players. Gurpreet to come off his line. 7 minutes of added time. Now, substitution makes sense. We subs have been reactive always after goal. It's so damn predictable, even fast. On the father coaches, he's an open book. Yeah. I mean, that is part of the problem. And to me, the substitution also don't make sense. I'm leading 1-0. I need to take the pressure off my team, and I'm actually subbing off my only striker, right? So that's it. Ricky out to India, lose the ball, throw in quickly. Tajikistan clear their lines, but Sandesh is there. I will have to do some Kala Jadu, so Khalid Jamil gets sacked off the match. Okay, Khalid's follow. Yeah. And regarding the SL rules for set players as well, let's see if it works. Worked when he was the coach of Shepard. So yeah, unable, but it didn't work always. And to me, to see the way Tajikistan is pressing us even more than in the first game, right? And we are just fighting to stay in the game. That's crazy to see. Oh, maybe for once an attacking move from India. No, throw in Tajikistan back to their keeper. Rustam Yatimov goes high to the left. Tajikistan and Bijoy wins the duel. Changte. McCarthan. Maybe a chance. And Tajikistan stop the Indian move. Tajikistan on the left. Interesting to see now in the last few minutes that India is actually playing 5 at the back, not 7, but actually playing a sort of 5-4-1. Nice through ball out onto the left. Tajikistan on the edge of the box. Headed out by Akash. The goal scorer, Buboyev, leaves it for his teammate. Yeah, we're not playing by the new rules. Throw in Tajikistan into the danger area and headed out by Nikhil Pujari. And that should be a goal kick. Ball bouncing around. And luckily, Nikhil heads it out. That's a goal kick for India. Gurpreet goes long. Tajikistan. Play it long. Keep it amongst themselves. Out to the left. Oh, that's a handball from Irkashev, but that ball went out. Bijoy punts it forward. Again intercepted by the Tajiks, who are playing still. Bijoy does well, but loses the ball and concedes a corner in the end. I hope it doesn't involve Nasrallah Samosas. Do you see someone like, Zora will speak another day about it. As far as for a week, I will have to, someone say it himself. Second half, the sheer unity is probably the worst in many games. Yeah, the worst I think I've ever seen. There was no shit. Corner for Tajikistan, headed out by India. Throw in Tajikistan. We're in the last minute of action. Khalid lets the ball roll out and gets a little wording from one of the Tajik guys. Tajikistan. And that ball will go out. No, it won't. Tajikistan keep it in play. Tajikistan across. There are 2-3 players. From the edge of the box, there's a shot. An important save from Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. Important save from the big man. And maybe that was the last in this game. Shot from Shukurov. Ball into, oh, there's a slip from Sandesh, but Rahul Beki clears. We have to speak about the studs of the Indians. High ball forward, headed out by Nikhil Pujari. Offside, Edmund, but play goes on. Tajikistan. Bijoy clears. Changte under pressure. Wants a foul, not given. Ball into the danger area and Tajikistan can't score. And that should be final whistle. Yes. India just about survive to get a 1-1 against Tajikistan. And in the end, yeah, I take the result and I will not speak about the way we played. I shouldn't be saying this, but we shouldn't be getting a point from the game. Anupam, I agree with you. Disgraceful, the performance. Full time 1-1. Worst coach of India, Khalid says, Aman, sack Khalid, World Cup, World Cup. Please leave Khalid. Yeah, what do you want? I mean, what do we want? This is the reality of this game, of the performance. And the less we speak about it, the better. And, right, um, that's very important. And yeah, I'm so pros and scored at least 5 goals because gaming architect, yeah, they're not good enough. Sandesh was trying to cover wherever he could. Harsh truth being an improvement, but we need more players like Apuya, Thapa listed one with they are at least better than these. Prasanjit, I think that's the yeah, same story, same narrative. World Cup can fix us as Anubal, Sal, Ashik, Mahesh, what are they? Ashik and Mahesh, I think Mahesh was injured, sure. Ashik, I don't know, and Sal, part of more one. The plan to make videos on Asian teams previous World Cups. Let's see what I do for the World Cup. Wait for God fanboys to defend its Indian coach. So yeah, that's the problem. And it was terrible to say the least, guys. Sorry, well, let's get up once. Terrible game from us, terrible gameplay. We realistically had one chance in 90 minutes. No attempt of trying to of positive play, right? And forget scoring goals. Positive play would be for me would be more than enough. But no, we're not even trying, and that's the sad part. Looking at this game, that we didn't even try and play football today. That we just wait and watched and hoped something or the other would fall for us. That's the sad part. That's the sad part for me. I think for you, for all of us. Um, this was a bad performance from India and very, very disappointing to say the least. But yeah, that is what you get. As I've said, this is what you get. This was peak haram ball from Khalid Jamil. As far as it can get. We get a goal, we have some opportunities, but the rest, yeah. One second, I'll be just back. One second. We speak about the game, the better it would be, I guess. After the segment, the game was a bit watchable. After the car, that's good. Gaming architect, 60 minutes, we were watchable. Seriously, I think we were not watchable even 1 second. No midfield, no proper troopers, no nothing. Info fans are absolute jokers. One side say they will say that they don't need more players. On even days they want more players. Yeah, it's like schoolboys who sound a player and try to kick it out. Says Raj, we need more players. Our top team, though East Bengal won this year, but still, the percentage is not about the players. Even with Mohun players, yes, we need those players. But the question is, will our coach play differently? That would be my question to you and to anyone. Yeah. So that's the thing. That's the point that we need to think about. After watching this, 9 corner from this and 0 from India, we're playing only haram ball. Says Aman, who will even feel for this team? I mean, that was Khalid done to. What has Khalid done to my team? Says Hannibal. My one is not releasing players. Absolutely pathetic. Too many problems creating more. Yeah, Blue. We were too defensive towards the end. They would have scored goal anyways. Sanjit, we were defensive from the first onset. It's, we scored because we got a free kick lucky. Um, Nothing more, nothing less. It was more a park the bus. Fortunately, I didn't watch today's match, only last 10 minutes. So, Robert, if you'd watched early on, it might have been better, but it was bad. Should come in a question call camp, then decide. Prosenji, let's wait and see if any of that movements happens. One fluke winning a season last year, and since then we have done nothing. Yeah. Lucky to escape with the draw. Yes, Hitesh, comparing this Kajim inside because fight. Never Pep Guardiola previously. Yeah. Yeah, Dex. Someone on Twitter saying, why always blame the coach? Did we stitch any pass? No more than five. No, did we stitch more than three? We need Mohan players, Apuya, Thapa, even sadly have to include Lord Manveer as well was a physicality. Yeah, Lord Manveer, Abhi Mitai could have been an option. Yeah, can't believe I'm watching this every day, even though I have no expectation of this team. It really is suppressing, honestly. Yeah. Negative regarding this new OCR rule, nice and whether or would be able to attract up. Zurava, the rule is not through. Guys, don't get carried away. Let them start with those things. You're already talking about step three. Let the AIFF implement the rule. The rule is not implemented. The IS, even let's talking about saying, oh, the ISL, everything is sorted. No, it's not. It has to go through the EXCO. Maybe someone has something, you can still stop it. So wait for it, right? Steamer unnecessarily criticized the matches in Iraq with Jinx too much were pleasing to watch. No, they were not. Against Kuwait, we were not pleasing to watch. But we're not as bad as this, right? Even Khalid's too defensive play, but are our players skillful even to play passing football? They play long ball football. Presently, the question is not about long ball, but it's like the intent. They've been told just defend. I've not given my wingers a task and say try and create something and maybe get the ball in the middle. That's how we beat Kuwait, right? Changte Manveer bone in, right? Sandesh and Bija partnership would actually work. Yeah, it could. But I need a different problem is Bija is too much of Sandesh. I need someone a little different. That's why with Anwar Ali or with the Rahul Beke it works. Where is my Liston? I'm not saying anything against him again. Please bring him back, says Hannibal. I hope at least one guy from the technical committee should see the match. Oh man, I'm not defensive football. This is like kids running around the ball, says Sumesh. Soon do we reach 160 rank? Text, let's see. Sorry, Manveer. Sorry, Liston says Hannibal. Can't you invest in Catenaccio system? Yeah, but Catenaccio is with quality defenders and defensive systems. So no Sandesh, Vijay pair will never work. Both have similar profile. None of them can play a forward pass. Yeah, icon on, very true. Only consistency. Bro, Bijay and Sandesh were great, but what is this pathetic football? What should we not do? We attract fans if they kill football every game. Anavala, I don't know if Bijay was struggling. Bijay was struggling big time, in my opinion. Only that can achieve to be worse than a coach like too much with two coaches in a row. Yeah. More money like you criticize my lords. I should your level, says Raj. That I think the problem is that even if the Moman players are there, they will play the same football. Right? Khalid plays this football. Yeah. So this will be, you know, it is the way it is, right? One second, let me put up my tweet. Sorry, where are we? What additional national team? Yeah, with Bumbier and Singapore, I think people now should stop overhyping on. Yeah, 100%. They were out of the depth, right? They were out of again. Pramvir say, okay, listen, he played out position, but Pramvir as a defender, and we had that one situation where again he used his elbow. Luckily, the referee didn't see it. Otherwise, it's a red card. Right? I can't say this was direct football. This was just punting a ball. Don't know what to say. Yeah. So, hello, Kunal. At least we draw. Yeah, but that draw with this game has no value. We didn't consider Issa Gralte because of his height, but same as with Sanam. Prasenjit, all of those wingers are of that height. And the question is not about height. It's about, are you able to fight at international level? And none of these players can. 1 year of this. Okay. Results were bad under Steam match, but we played football. Now it seems like players are just running. Yeah, that's true. College should be charged. Even if you put the as a foreigners that play the same, but yes, in that case, that particular player could carry the attack. Sadly, we don't have that kind of player in England. Bro, that's what I saw last year when I saw Punjab versus Jamshedpur, that Javi Hernandez simply scored a goal out of nowhere, right? That's the thing. Tried not to watch Khalid ball. It was success. I have no clue apart from the scoreline. Let me guess. Haram ball at its finest. Simon Haram ball at its worst. Forget. I mean, at its finest, yeah, if you want to see it that way. But it was. It is just. Yeah, crazy. Crazy to see the way that it was played today. Lack of quality reality check. Yeah, yeah. Infobus keep hyping you 23 players like they would change face of national team. Of course, despite this performance, they will not learn. Yeah. Where did you buy this jersey? Kunal, I didn't buy this jersey. I was gifted it in London. Son no list never again. Yeah, surely our experts now realize हम कितने पानी में हैं. They won't, Simon. In terms of sacking, Rashid, I don't think so. It should be worth a conversation after this game, sadly. But again, this was today peak Khalid Jamil football. Peak Khalid Jamil football. And therefore, for me, crazy. Crazy to see the way that this match played today. Right. So yeah. No. The less I say, the better about this game. At one point, we had 8 defenders at the back. Never seen that anywhere else in college football against Iran or one season. Yeah, it does. ASEAN is a time pass for I think so. As we also pray for SAF. But Sanjit, even in SAF, we'll have a problem if we play like this. Cases can Ateta. Well, look, Halal seeing this ball says blue. SAF is the main event for us. Kunal, again, there I differ because I think there Khalid said something which I think is very clear. To defend our position in SAF should not be wrong because the opponents in SAF are getting better. What do you think? What kind of coach could work for India? Rachit, someone who's realistic and who can work on the players, you know, and get a little more out of them than what we did at the moment. The entire technical committee needs to look at how are we able to keep our heads down and both to this, says Simon Yan. Do you see Hiren and Musa show at least something entertaining in football? No, President, I haven't had the time, sorry. Stephen Constantine should have been given another chance. I think Khaled's decision was stupid. Constantine, no. In football, gives everything to the nation without being a foreign coach. Yeah, no, but he was never in the running at the time. Please, I want to see this team anymore. Yep, Sachin, Nosad, Musa, Dex. What is Noshad going to do? Again, people have expectation from Noshad with Noshad, and the team will not be able to fulfill. That's your problem. It's not about Noshad as a coach, but yeah. I was watching the 14 round in Maldives. Pakistan is also going to be a very tough task. Remember, that's it. So, okay. Never thought I would have to defend Mohun Bagan Lords, says Raj. Yeah, we've come a long, long way. A long, long way. That's the thing. SAF World Cup only to finish below Nepal, Bhutan. I'm out. Um, yeah, I mean, I have to say this Bhutan conversation is quite dangerous because, um, you know, if I look at our women playing against Bhutan the other day, they were as good as we were. I think we need Peter Sagat. Punal, it's not a question of memes. Peter Sagat, yeah, could click, might not click. Who knows, right? It's not about memes. It's finding the right profile. Hi, Utsav. I'm good. So, see, didn't do it. Hunda, do you think we will give up his Canadian passport? Utsav, watch the interview and Shan gives you a clear cut answer. Shan gives you a clear cut answer to that, right? Winning SAF will be a great achievement. And given the realities, yes, that's the most we can think of at the moment. I think was it Khalid getting exposed finally, and the other team staffs as well. Prithviraj, I don't know if it's about the other team staff because the other team staff were also there earlier, and then India didn't play this football. So therefore, the question to me is not about that. I think if Khalid Jamil comes, you have to be ready for this, right? And he took it to extremes today. Yeah, even Pakistan beat India this time, saw their match against Afghanistan, says Rawar, okay. Women's team had to grind out results, mighty Bhutan, so why not? Yeah, that's a reality, Simon. Pala wasn't good. Sorry. Raj, none of the young ones were good today. Sorry to say, Bala wasn't up to the international mark. Mohammad Sanan walk in the park. Only good thing is he earned us the free kick for which resulted in the goal. We're not ready for this. Yeah, welcome. I don't know whom we need, but definitely not Khalid Blue. Anyone, and I will take an international coach with that kind of experience who is also realistic about India. Ashish Neri took retirement from his Watchalong show after match. Hey, Ashish and the others have to then ask themselves, guys, you wanted Khalid. You got Khalid. And then you get this. You get this. Sorry. If anyone with a little bit of understanding and knowledge of football did not know that this will be on some occasion be the outcome. India takes the lead and he will close shop as he can. Right? So yeah, that was coming, right? So but we hear these things all the time, but only Ryan took the step. Utsav, he lives abroad. Shan Hundal lives abroad. It takes you 12 years to get Indian citizenship living in Canada or the US. Right? If he does it now, by that time he's retired. It doesn't make sense. Ryan was playing in India and people helped him. L- Some of you, my request is sometimes please do watch some of the short videos that I make. Because a lot of the stuff that you ask are things that I discuss in those videos. Just spend those 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. My request. One witness Tajikistan fluke, by the way, was enough to make us believe in Khalid. He speaks a lot about us as fans. Simon, I never believed in it, right? And I said it. And I got a lot of hate last year when I said that. Nothing has changed. Chante not starting, interesting decision. Arnav, I'm fine with Chante not starting because this was the second match. And I tweeted pre-match also, right? Um, it will be interesting to see if Khalid Jamil will try out different players in today's second friendly against Tajikistan. So therefore, for me, it makes sense for Khalid to not play Changte or Rahul Beke or whoever, right? Give them a chance, or Nikhil Pujari, right? If anyone says Khalid is getting exposed, then I have to tell you he was always exposed. He was successful because of foreigners. Sorry to offend many. No, Raj, fact. Be it at Mumbai FC, be it at Aizawl, be it at Jamshedpur FC, where he was successful. He spent one more money, he couldn't manage it, right? Never forget that. Ashish lost the little bit of faith in coach Chaudhuri now. Seven guy could have been a jackpot. Yeah. Slovenian at the time. एक बात तो पता चल रहा हम कि हम फुटबॉल नहीं खेल रहे हम कुछ अलग गेम खेल रहे sorry but I'm out seeing Indian football bye bye. Anand, yeah, that is the other thing. It was bad. It was hurting to the eyes. But to you or to anyone, never stop watching Indian football. Yeah, right? Exactly, sir. It's about profile. Constant is the clear example. It did wonders. Anybody was sacked in Pakistan. So very right. He said, sir, more than name and fame, it's about profile. Yeah, Sujal. And look at what Stephen is doing in Rwanda again. It's working. So the right coach has to match, right? We had some good coaches in the past and didn't work out. Who do you think should be next coach? Sachin, I'm not thinking about names at the moment. So I didn't know you need 12 years to get. Yes, if you're living abroad, Utsav, you need 12 years. If you're living in India, normally it takes you 5 years. Luckily, Ryan Williams fast tracked. Exactly. Some legacy club fans also criticize me as well. Narayan, they're saying they also opposed Khalid. Yeah, Raj. Well, just say welcome to the club. That is what I would say to anyone. who would not agree to you or to me, to those opinions, and say those things. And again, I'm fine. If I might be wrong, I'm not claiming that everything that I say is going to be right. But to me, this match tonight is the proof, is just the proof of where we have gotten. Right? And that's the reality. If they wanted handball, Havas could have been an option, but he didn't even get into finalist. Yeah. Listen, Havas, in my opinion, would be the perfect mix. But Havas would have been the perfect coach. Imagine considering to Khalid Shoes could he have worked with this adapt now? Tourism was way better to work. Simon, it's not about how good or how bad the team is. Someone like a Steven would have found a way to, to get a result. Right? And that's the question at the end of the day. You can watch Indian football, don't expect anything, dance your hearts out. Maybe if you qualify Asian Games or FIFA. Around three. Asian Cup. Yeah. Yeah. That's a very right. After we scored a goal, we were just defending. We again considered point. Yeah, but it so we're no passing, nothing. Yeah, Taposh, very big problem. Khalid, sorry, but please leave football for football gives you. Or same to Farouk and others. I don't know. You know what the sad thing is in the last two matches, uh, Farouk was one of the better ones. Scored the goal the other day. Today he set up the goal. Hey, yeah, always concede in dire moments. Yeah, or a penalty. Right, we've conceded three penalties in the last three games. Hey, Vijesh, just as you say, never stop watching our team, and I'm doing so for the first time. I'm not watch Unity Cup, the match I missed since 2000. It feels hopeless. Yeah, Vijesh, but again, um, but I made an effort. It was hard. It was not easy, but we all need to support the Indian football team. And then now is the time to say, hey, listen, things are not good. Criticize things, speak about it. Right? That's what we need to do as football fans. Is Brandon? No, Brandon is not injured. Valpuya is not injured. There are other players who could have been called up. Right. So therefore, that's the thing. There are some others as well. If PSG invented the modern way of playing football, surely Carr has found the most anti-football way possible. Perhaps not even enough to call it football. Yeah. Handball in the box can't even play. Please. Uh, yeah, but Anav, that is something again that shows. Sorry to say that shows me to me how much of football have you played yourself? Because then you wouldn't say what you've just said. But the hand, again, you make mistakes. The longer a match lasts, the longer you're defending, you will physically make mistakes. And that is what Vikram has given his all. So run up and down, this and that, even score. And yeah, that's the reality. So I'll be honest, at this point, we tried everything. Foreign coach, Indian coach, maybe it's the quality of players. Utsav, the quality of players is always a question. But even the foreign coach is Manolo Marquez, as good as a coach he is in the Indian Super League. He's not a national team coach. So this team with Havas would have been different. Maybe. Hopefully. Good night. Take care. Welcome. Watchalong. Yes, Anup, I'm thinking about doing that in the next few days, surely. Bala Babuya. Yeah, Sunil, good question. Very good question. Right? And the players in and out. And I have not understood the logic of those. Brandon is out. We have him as a midfielder. Yeah. Farooq is to Khalid what soon possible. No, Brito Broto. I would have said the same about Danish Farooq a few months ago, right? But in the UK, Farooq was not good. And here, in a bad team, he was one of the better ones. Sadly, I have to say. That verse is to me really unexpected. Was coming this from the very beginning. Why now? Simon, because Indian football fans don't want to live in reality, right? So that is what I've learned also, that Indian football fans don't want to see reality, don't want to believe in reality. And that's a sad part of the existence of Indian football fans at the moment, in my opinion. I know mistakes happen, but it's just too frustrating to see. No, I know I'm losing patience and hope. Yeah, but I know that's the reality. No, I'm not flying to the US. Germany could play France. Yes, they could, Utsav. Vikram needs to be appreciated. How he reacted for the goal was how a good striker should react in the box. Ram was nowhere near the ball. Yep, yep, very true. Hey, I wanted to ask everyone if they had won today, would you have different view of Khalid? Not me. I think certain fans would have, but Jordan, to me, my view was this is the same, was the same, will be the same. Also, the tactics of Goli needs to be questioned. He has been with the team for decades. His inputs also affect Khalid's decision. I believe no, it doesn't, Vijesh. This again, and these kind of opinions. When I hear those, I realize it's like, you don't know anything about the national team. Sorry, Vijesh. No, Mahesh might have said certain things to Khalid. This is 100% Khalid Jamil, right? That's your problem. If you think Khalid is a good coach, why did he fail for the national team? Sachin, is not a question of good coach or bad coach. It's the right coach or wrong coach, and he's the wrong coach for Indian standards. Yeah, for Indian coaches, he's a good coach. For ISS standards, I don't even think he's a good coach. But for national team, he's a terrible coach. Because one thing, despite having been a national team player, Khalid has not understood that certain players are made to play international football. Where would the critics go now? They were scrapping for the new ones to come through as an excuse. Nice idea on paper, but reality speaks for it. Yeah, 700%. I think it's a perfect time. Some so-called people will wake up after 4 years talking about World Cup and football and generally for the next few weeks. Perfect time to put pressure. Yeah, 100%. The reason was also playing very bad. They were not playing good, but India played worse game. Then they looked way better. Listen, and that's the point. Tajikistan didn't have a good game. Their finishing was woeful, awful. Players who played at higher level than any of our Indian players, but we got away. We got away with a draw because Tajikistan were wasteful with the few chances and very often, played to wing, try to play it in. Yeah, those defenders, especially Sandesh with the physicality, Bijoy as well. That's the thing. At least we tried under Steamage. This was hard to see. 100%. Not only under Steamage, we also tried under Malono. We tried under Steven and everyone else before. But today, what was it? 75th, 80th minute, where we're suddenly playing seven in a line, eight in a line. You know, I'm listening to this Twitter space done by Indian fans, and they're all kids. I mean, 6 kids. Okay. Anyone blaming me didn't watch the whole match. It was just the unfair thing. It was 50-50 my point. Yeah, I've not seen it again. I realized it later. I think we discussed in the CAF Nations Cup time that he can't go far with this gameplay. Looks like after a long time, others see it, and that was after he won bronze. And people hyped like anything. Very true, Blue. No complaint to Sandesh. He tried everything. He was everywhere in defense. Yes, he was everywhere. And he didn't have Rahul Beke next to him, who's also been often criticized. That's the problem, right? And all those kids talking, and I know and I understand and this and that, everything. We need to end whatever is the entire system needs a full stop. But then nowadays I'm lonely while typing this. This is not a motto of anything. Incarnate with trust is the hashtag. Simon, the problem is it's not one layered, it's multi-layered. And again, how many people are you going to throw out of the system? Are you going to get rid of 90, 95, 99% of the people at all levels? Right? It's a problem. Logically speaking, a 50th player, see for the state league is so but would have started in London. And here too, if most were released their players, the reality check. Yeah, yeah. But that's the problem, right? Sulaiman Bhatt is someone people wanted. Mohamed Sanan, I saw him in London. Listen, against against Zimbabwe, physically not there. You know. Yes, I know you're right. It's Khalid influence all the way for the situation today. Rajesh, that's my point. That assistant coaches can have opinions, and maybe once in a while they get through. But this kind of football is not the football that a Mahesh Gauri will play, right? So therefore. These were the same kids who were spamming Khalid for national team coach. Yeah, Hannibal, same problem. But sir, we have to start somewhere. We can't go on like this. Simon, 100%, but who's going to take the call? Kalyan Chaube is not going to fire Khalid Jamil. Kalyan Chaube is not going to fire anyone, right? So, yeah, I think anyone who calls for national team just call as a coach, but when will he leave? First of all, that is anyone who's asking for that should question his knowledge about football. Do you think it's just the coach? If we play free flowing football at 20 level, why doesn't the same translate to senior level? We don't. Riturboto, where are we playing free flowing football in the under 23s? Against Bhutan or what? Bahrain and Qatar were pathetic in those qualifiers. And again, Brunei doesn't play football. So where is that free flowing football? Did we play that against who did we lose? Was it Tajikistan against whom we lost recently? Lost recently? What is the way forward in the women's team? At least they show more passion than the men's. Yeah, but Ditesh, we were bad. Even the women's team, SAF, we were not good. We won it because the level of SAF is poor. What do you think should be the next positive step for the football team? Get a new coach. Oh no, Khalid got. Listen, Zoravar, pro license getting and how you coach and play is not linked. Mano is such a good person. I respect more than ever. Yeah, but he was not a good national team coach. That is also a summary. How long is hard time? He's got another year. Yes, Tajik is ready. Tajikistan U23. Our under 23s were pathetic. Those highly praised boys, right? And I know from an under 23, someone who works with the under 23s says, I don't rate the under, someone working in the under 23s has told me, I don't rate the under 23s higher than the senior players. He said they're just hyped. And I agreed to that. The way Tajikistan played is really bad. Yeah, but at least they played football. They have technical abilities. They've got tactical abilities. They've got the basics. We had nothing. Stand at the back and hope nothing happens to your goal. We got way more space to work in under 23s. That's in the simple reason we don't. Well, in Quad that amount of space, not even in the ISL. Sujal, amongst that, and yeah, I think what I feel across Asia, a lot of teams, because I feel under 70s, especially, the level is going down in Asia. Might be wrong, but my feeling is forget us, but around as well. Under these scores more than what we are. Yeah, and maybe, yeah. What's the point of Colin? Did he take any decision? He can't sack a coach. Needs experience to solve league problems. What kind of effort is? Good question, Blue. How do you rate Crispin Chetri compared to Khalid? Nothing more, nothing less. Look at the way our women were playing. Clueless. Technical ability is one thing that we didn't see in the national team for a long, long time. Yeah, one of. The last time I really saw technical ability was most probably 2019. Do you see Khalid resigning on his own? No, I don't think so. Why didn't Khalid club look as bad as Khalid national team coach? What do you think? The foreigners. I saw Jamshedpur versus Punjab FC in Delhi last year, January. Punjab was, I would have thought, the better team. But again, Punjab very often have these games but don't score. And Stephen Eze at the back. Wow. And Javi Hernandez. What a player. What a treat to watch Javi Hernandez. And he ensured that his team won. I think I should now leave watching football. I'm not able to understand Khalid tactics. Raj, yeah, you might see other coaches as well or other games where you might see what's the tactics, what is it? It doesn't matter. As I've said to others, we need to keep supporting Indian football. Are we going to play in ASEAN Cup? What's next for Indian football? How can we improve? Elroy, improve? I don't know. Improve is the only way is different coach. And ASEAN Cup, yes, that's what we're gonna try and play. Khalid just hit on his own leg by joining national team. Yeah, maybe not. This is us to play football, but we declined. What more could they have done? Seeing this, they will not invite anytime soon. The FA got a register themselves. Simon, they themselves have been trying to find opponents to play, and in West Asia, with all the problems, a lot of teams are not available. World Cup happening, so yeah. Punjab is a great team, but with less budget to get quality foreigners. They're spending quite a bit. Everyone was good today. You could realize he was fighting, struggling from most part. 2094 one Thailand, we didn't play a possession game. We were direct, but we were clinical. That's how to win, even with less possession. With Khalid, it's just long balls with no brains. Long balls, corners, free kicks, throw-ins. We should thank to ASEAN. They invited us to no value team. They didn't invite us. It was FIFA who's invited us. So therefore, thank Raj. Give a big thank you to FIFA and Gianni Infantino. Right, 2 hours, 35 plus minutes on this live. Slowly want to come to an end. Disappointing game, very disappointing game, to say the least. And yeah, it's just terrible football today. Huh? The less I say, the better. Yeah, and yeah, what to say, right? Um, and I don't know. I don't know where we end up with this. This was really bad, and there are a lot of questions need to be asked to the AIFF. FIFA president still thinks we were sleeping giants. Yeah, Thapa and Tudor was a great treat. Those late runs in the box scoring all around. Yeah. Is there any young player who's playing better than the already established seniors? Book. I have not seen anyone. I that's why I say the last real outstanding talent was a decade ago. Lalinzola Changte at 16. 2015, 16. Yeah. I think Steven received a lot of flack for nothing. The best football I've seen was in 2000 UAE match. I totally agree with Roberto. That those first 30 minutes where we didn't score, should have been 2-0 up. We lost. Yeah. I'm fine to lose 2-0, let's say, to Tajikistan, but at least we try and play football today. Even if we'd won 1-0, I wouldn't be happy. We want to wake up, but we can't, Raj. Funny thing, AFF couldn't find that Shabi's application was false. She messaged him saying, Shabi, we can't afford you. What kind of circus? I don't know, you know, as embarrassing as that episode was, but if Xavi Hernandez is applying and you have a certain budget and you can't afford him, then I don't think it's a mistake to say, listen, we can't afford you. Right? Xavi Hernandez is not coming for free. SFM dignity, FSN, yeah. Amita is someone I feel is the only guy who can replace the seniors position. That's true. Yeah, yeah. That's one of the players. If I say new players are bad, I know for once would say that young, let them gain experience. Yeah, but Raj, either you realize that someone will not make it internationally or you don't. That is what I always say with Bob Houghton. Bob Houghton had the skill to recognize a player, give them chances and build them if he thought they were able to play international football. The old Anwar Ali would have been a case. Merajudin Wadu would have been a case. Players who, when they came initially, in, out, but he built them as national team players. MP Pradeep to say that as well. Right, with that, I'll come to an end. Please do like, please do share, please do subscribe. We're closing in on the 4,500 mark. Yeah, tomorrow, let's speak about those things and let me see what I do around the World Cup. Depends a little bit on work in the World Cup weeks as well. But yeah, so that's the thing. And I'll end with the last few. Let's see. Edwin is called a young player. Give me a break. Sorry, and Raj, he's not been good in this. If we have to change the coach, do you think F has the budget and who's the right option? Elroy, they will always have somewhat, but I don't know who the option is. We'll have to figure it out. Clearance are always open, but you still need something to build with. You can't just have nothing and say build from me. Exactly. Bye and good night, Arnab. Let's wait and see, Damian. I don't know. Good night. We'll speak about those things tomorrow. Thanks. Good night, and see you tomorrow with another live. Good night.